Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we are going to have a look at the automatic timer. The automatic timer is a timing device that is attached at the front end of the injection pump camshaft. Right here we have an injection pump of a 4-cylinder inline injection pump, and this is the drive end. The drive end is to be coupled to this automatic timer. There is a key and there is a key on the camshaft as well. So this will be inserted and it will be bolted down. So this gear will be coupled to the crankshaft through a timing gear. It will maintain the injection pump timing. Now, the timing marks have to be aligned whenever assembling an injection pump to the engine. The timing marks have to be aligned. Then that will set the static timing of the injection pump. Let's say, for example, this injection pump has an injection timing of 16 degrees before TDC. That means statically when it is timed, the number 1 cylinder will receive injection fuel 16 degrees before TDC. And after combustion, let's say inside the cylinder, the maximum combustion temperature, the maximum combustion pressure will be produced 10 degrees after TDC. That means the maximum combustion inside the cylinder will be generated when the piston is ready to start the downward stroke. Now, when engine speed increases, the injection timing, it has to be advanced. You should be injecting fuel before 60 degrees. Why? When engine speed increases, there is no time for combustion. There is less time for combustion. If you start injecting at 60 degrees with engine speed increased, then the maximum combustion temperature and pressure will be developed after the piston has traveled a little down from the TDC position. That will cause power loss. That will expose large surface of the cylinder to extreme temperature and lead to engine overheating. In order to eliminate that, automatic timers are designed. Automatic timers, the function of the automatic timer, beside keeping the injection timing, is to advance injection timing when the engine speed increases. Now we will see how that is done. Look, the inner part of the injection pump timer is joined to the camshaft. So it is always driven with the camshaft, and this gear, it is joined to the timing gear. This is what we call the inner part. This is the inner part. This is what we call the inner part. This is the part that is going to be joined to the camshaft. As you can see, there are counterweights. On this device, there are counterweights. Right here, for example, we have one counterweight. And right here we have another counterweight. The counterweight can be thrown outward a little. It can move relatively a little out. Now the idea is, when engine speed increases, when this is being spinning at high speed, the counterweights, they tend to be thrown out. They tend to throw out, and the amount of the counterweight pressure exerting on this part is dependent on the engine RPM. When engine RPM increases further, the centrifugal weight will be thrown further. When the engine speed increased only a little, it will be thrown only a little. Now, depending on the engine RPM, the centrifugal force acting on these weights vary. As engine speed increases, the centrifugal force will push them out, causing this unit to move a little away from the original timer timing. Now look, normally when the injection pump is driven, the timing gear from the crankshaft will drive this gear, and this gear through this spin will act on this spring. This spring is the one that is going to be joined right here. That spring is the one that is joined here, and the spring force will rotate this inner hub. This inner hub is connected to the camshaft of the injection pump. So there is no direct contact between this gear and the camshaft. The camshaft is driven, power from the gear will be gone to the spring, then from the spring it will be gone to this hub, and this hub is the one that is going to be driven. Now, when engine speed increases, the centrifugal weight will lift this. This is a counterweight. When this is lifted, this end of the hub will slightly move away. A slight variation of angle. Previously, it was at 16 degree. Now, because of the centrifugal weight, it shifts a little degree, advancing the injection timing. Just look at the relative motion between the two when I try to pry this weight outward. When centrifugal force is acting, this weight, look, it will be thrown out like so. When the weights are thrown out, due to centrifugal force, you see there is a relative shifting of the inner hub, which is attached to the camshaft. When this is thrown out, this end will be shifted a little. That shifting is the one that is going to advance the injection timing. Even though this has not reached 16 degree, because this has shifted a little, it will advance the injection timing depending on the engine RPM. Look, when the counterweights are thrown out, you can see counterweights thrown out. So it was traveling, initially it was traveling as a unit. Now when centrifugal force is acting on this part, on the weights, when centrifugal force is acting on the weight, throwing them out, it will tilt it slightly, shift it slightly. It's not like a very large or increased, it's not a very significantly large degree, but there is a slight motion. The motion is actually prevented by this. There is a pin that prevents the amount of the centrifugal weight acting, but that tiny degree shift will cause a tremendous effect on the injection timing and engine performance. So the centrifugal weight will be moving out. When it is thrown out, it will shift it a little to the advanced side. It will take this hub assembly a little further relative to the gear. It will advance it a little so that injection can take place early. Now that is done by the centrifugal weights. If you try to pry this centrifugal weight a little out, when you pry this out, you can see there is a little shift of angle variation on this. It is not that clearly visible, but when you try to pry it, you can see there is a little change of angle relative to the gear. If you have a timer, you can try it like so. Hold the gear stationary, insert a prying tool, and push the weights outward. You can see a slight change. Not clearly visible on a camera, but there is a slight degree variation, and that slight degree variation is what we need. By doing so, we can advance the injection timing depending on the engine RPM so that we have sufficient time for combustion, and the maximum combustion temperature and pressure will always be maintained at 10 degrees after TDC. That is what we want to maintain. So by injecting early, when engine speed increases, by injecting early, we can maintain the degree at which the maximum combustion temperature and pressure is built inside the cylinder. That is done by using the counterweights. On a gasoline engine distributor, there is a centrifugal advance. Just similar to that, this injection have a flyweight, and the flyweight will advance the injection timing depending on the engine speed. So when it is thrown out, the hub that is joined to the shaft will slightly move further away from this one. This one will trail a little. So by doing so, we can advance the injection timing of a diesel engine. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you regarding the injection timing automatic timer. If you like this video and if you enjoy what has been presented, please smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing, turn on notifications so that you will be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.